Hey guys, welcome to How to Get Over the Nice Girl Shadow of Being Seen. This is the number one reason why we haven't yet gone for our dream life. We haven't yet put ourselves out there. We haven't yet built up the courage to put our authentic self out there and give the world our offering and say our opinion bravely, because most of the time, and my old self as well, we're afraid of being seen because we're afraid of being perceived, because we're afraid of doing something wrong or someone saying something terrible about us. And our ego is preventing us from being exposed to this because it wants to remain safe and secure and happy and confident because we've been hurt before. So I'm going to give you some ways that I personally have so far overcame a big part of my own nice girl shadow and being afraid of being seen, because the second I was afraid of being seen was the second I finally started my multi-six-figure business and actually started giving myself permission to start living my life on my own terms. And I wasn't afraid of family, of friends, of the world seeing my videos, seeing my content online and seeing what I have to offer. First one I'm going to say is that someone is always going to dislike you. Someone is always going to hate on you. It doesn't ever get better, shall I say. You just learn how to deal with it. You just get used to it. But the thing I'm going to say here is it's not about being above them. It's not about looking down on them. It's not about putting them below you and you looking down on them. I don't know about you, but that has never worked for me. I have never been able to look down on someone and go, your opinion is invalid because you're a bad person. Now I certainly don't care. If anything has caused me to lower myself to their level, get affected by their words, and then I'm vibrating on a bad frequency, now their thing has got to me. Instead, it's about accepting everyone as they are. There is always going to be someone, you probably know someone that would leave hate comments online, whether it's a family member or a friend that you've seen in the past, and you know that they are completely powerless in real life. You know that they are hiding behind a screen like a keyboard warrior to try and feel some sort of superiority. And so now, seeing all of these people and the usernames, you can just see the person that they are and sit there and say, I accept you as you are with your hateful opinion. I know you're projecting on me the things that you're insecure about or the things that you're repressing, but I'm going to give myself permission to do it anyways. And remember, you would not be the good person if they weren't the bad person. There is the yin and the yang in the world, and if there wasn't bad, there would not be good. If there weren't bad comments out there, you would not be appreciating the good comments. Also, for my fellow nice girls out there, a good question to ask yourself when you see a hate comment is this person actually offering critical advice? Or are they genuinely just trying to hate on me for no reason? Like, is it a personal attack? You'll find a lot of the time, a lot of people are actually giving us good advice. Like, it's critical advice. And when we've been hurt before and we have this defense wall up, we instantly get defensive by anything that people say, not even realizing that that is our shadow and our ego instantly putting up a wall when what they have to say might actually be them revealing some sort of shadow that we actually could work on. Someone's talking about how bad quality your video is and you're getting instantly defensive, saying, why are you a hater? When you get honest with yourself, you could actually improve your quality. At that rate, they're not a hater and they genuinely are here probably to offer you a bit of critical advice because it's been a bad experience for them to watch your video. Number 2, nothing will ever prepare you for showing up online. You just have to do it. Something that will prevent us from showing up online and going after our goals is our ego will procrastinate without us even realizing it. I mean, literally on the day that you're scheduled to film a video or post on Instagram stories, you'll randomly feel tired, you'll come down with flu-like symptoms, and did you know that is actually your own mind playing games on you? You can literally make yourself feel ill. I know someone that didn't want to go to school when I was younger, and they would physically become ill before in the morning and would even make themselves sick, like physically throw up in the toilet, because that is how bad they didn't want to go to school. It was all in their mind. They really didn't want to go to school, and they physically were able to be sick. This is how our mind plays games on us and procrastinates, and it's a whole entire mental game. Nothing will ever prepare you for showing up online, but you just have to kind of do it. It's also a shadow if you say, I'll get over the fear of being seen and then I'll show up online. Again, procrastination, your ego's trying to stop you from being hurt. The way you actually get over showing up online and being seen is by being seen. I saw someone on TV the other day, really interesting, on TikTok, and she purposely goes in public and she's doing like rejection therapy, apparently that's what it's called, and literally going in public and embarrassing herself to get over that fear of being rejected and being seen. So purposefully doing things like this in small ways is going to be great, and it's actually part of the list I'm about to give you in a second. So exposure therapy is my number one thing that's going to help you here, and I don't literally mean jumping into the deep end. So these are the things that I used, my exact step-by-step formula, if you want to call it, to how I actually started to get my foot in the door and show up online unapologetically as myself, without completely dumping yourself in the deep end and then getting super scared, getting hate comments, and then completely not doing it ever again. So if you go to things like cognitive behavior therapy or any kind of therapy where you present them with a fear, they will probably do some form of exposure therapy. Exposure therapy is literally exposing you to the stimuli that makes you so scared and anxious and worried. They expose you slowly in a calm state so that eventually you associate that terrible thing that you thought was so bad one day, that you begin to associate it with safety and you no longer see it as dangerous. And that's what you want to do by going online and slightly tricking yourself into believing that it's safe to go online, and then eventually you're completely unreactive and regulated. So this is what I personally did as part of my exposure therapy. One good thing that you can do is visualize showing up online, making the video, doing the live stream. As part of your manifestation process, doing a visualization meditation is going to be a great way to not only manifest virality, if that's what you're after, or a successful business, but also is going to be an amazing way to get your foot in the door of exposure therapy. When you meditate before doing the visualization, so again, I say this a lot, a visualization meditation where you meditate first, it's so important to meditate and regulate before you start visualizing, because the main thing that you're going to have a problem with usually is stepping into your dream reality and not getting affected by it, not getting dysregulated or anxious by it. So actually meditating beforehand is going to get you in a relaxed state, calming your nervous system, showing your body it's safe. And then when you begin to visualize, you associate the dream life with relaxation, safety, and regulation. Kind of like how the experiment went where they got athletes to visualize winning a race, and they performed way better than the people that didn't visualize winning the race, because your actual body cells start changing. The memory is stored in your cells as if you actually already did it. And then the second way of my exposure therapy method is regulating before doing the thing. So if you're again making a video, before making your video, actually doing a quick meditation. You could do box breathing, which is where you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. Or you can count down from 100, which I believe is the silver method. If you start by counting down from 100, research the silver method. Honestly, I'm doing it right now. It's amazing. I started off counting down from 100 to get myself into the alpha brainwave state. And then now I'm on 50. So I'm counting down from 50 and I can get into the alpha brainwave state, which is the relaxed state, after counting down from 50 seconds. And eventually the goal is to get to 10 seconds, where you can literally regulate your nervous system and get your body from fight or flight down to something like alpha or even theta in 10 seconds, which is amazing because then, but while you're actually about to record a video, you can count down from 10 eventually and be completely relaxed, regulated, calm. Your thoughts will be flowing, your authenticity will be shining, and your personality will be glowing. So I still do this now. I still sit there, do some deep breaths, count down, whatever, just to regulate my nervous system and show it that showing up online is still safe and it will always be safe. The last one is gonna be the most harsh one, and that is literally to just do it anyways. The other two are gonna be really good at getting your foot in the door, but you need to actually do it. A lot of self-development, a lot of success and business coaches out here that I have seen and even like learned from over the years will always say that the most viral people are the people that had the courage to show up even when they didn't want to. This is also very logical business advice that's often in the male self-development space, is just do it. Have the courage to do it anyways. And if you're doing your inner work and your development in a feminine way, you still need that masculine side to have the self-discipline, to just do it anyway, to force yourself to do it even when you don't want to do it. Build the self-trust as well as the self-discipline, and also to build your courage. A rule that I've created for myself because I was very stuck between the feminine mind and the masculine mind. The feminine mind was saying, listen to your body. If you don't want to do it, don't do it, okay? And then my masculine mind was like, self-discipline, do it even if you don't want to do it. Show up even if you don't want to do it. And they were constantly clashing, and I had a bit of an identity freak out, okay? The thing that I discovered that I'm going to offer you guys is literally my feminine side is correct if I physically do not have the energy one day. So if it's a part of the month where I have less energy, I am going to listen to it. But also, at the end of the day, I'm going to do something. So I'm still going to listen to my body, but I'm going to start the task anyway. So it's kind of like going to the gym. I go to the gym 3 times a week, all year round, no matter what day of the month it is, okay? But if I have physical less energy, because we're a feminine woman, I will still go to the gym, but I'll start doing what my body wants to do. So whether it means me just walking on the treadmill instead of going for a full-on run, if I'm still feeling super tired and fatigued, even after getting my body up there and like I've got the energy a little bit more, then I'll go home. Or I'll schedule a yoga class because I know that it's low energy and that's going to fit my needs for the day. But the masculine side still gets met because I still showed up. So this means that if you physically feel ill and you're like, I don't know if it's my mind creating barriers because my shadow doesn't want to be exposed, do I listen to it? What if I make myself more ill by showing up even when I'm ill? Show up anyways, but only in a small way. So for instance, if you're going to make 3 TikTok videos in one day, do your makeup, get ready as if you're going to film it, film 1 TikTok, and if you're feeling still dog awful, stop doing it, but you showed up. You did one thing. Most of the time, you will show up, do the 1 video, and then all of the issues will go away because you'll realize this is actually super fun. I'm enjoying it. I have energy now. My body now realizes it's safe because I've done 1 video and it's been fine. And then you'll usually go on to doing all the other stuff. You will know though by showing up. Your body will still be ill and tired and everything if it genuinely is ill and tired. And then you can go home, stop doing it, but at least you showed up. And if it's not tired and it's your mind playing tricks on you, all of the tricks will go away and you'll just carry on doing it as normal. And then the last point, number 3, is to ask yourself this question. What's more important to me, avoiding the world or achieving my dream life? This is the thing that will literally get you off the sofa. This is the thing that literally got me off the sofa. And I was like, I'm doing it. I don't even care. If I didn't have the motivation for the day, I was like, am I going to choose today to avoid the world? Or am I going to choose my dream self? Or am I going to step into that dream version of me? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to step into the dream version of me. I'm not procrastinating. I'm not going to get to the old age and regret my life, essentially. So again, another question is, if I was old and wrinkly and I had chosen to live a private, small, modest life away from the world, would I be truly satisfied that I didn't go after my goals? So again, if I was old and wrinkly and I lived a private, small, modest life away from the world, would I truly be satisfied that I didn't go after my goals? Ask yourself that every time you have the self-doubt, every time you don't have the courage, every time you don't want to do the exposure therapy, every time you're trying to procrastinate, ask yourself that question, because every day where you choose your dream life, show up anyways. Remember, always show up anyways. And if you don't want to do it, even after doing it for the first few minutes, you can go and do something else. But every day you choose not to go after your dream life is a day closer to you being old and wrinkly and living a small life away from the world and not going after your dreams. And if you want a small life, great. Let's realize that now and not in 20 years' time. But if you want your dream life, let's realize that and not in 20 years' time. Okay? So that's my advice to you today. So just to recap all 3 pieces of advice here, I'm going to read from my screen and also summarize this up for you so you can write it down in your notebook. I have a little YouTube notebook where if I read good advice and listen to it and I want to remember it, I'll write it down in my notebook so I can come back to it for a bit of general life advice every once in a while. So I really recommend doing that. Number 1, someone's always going to disagree. It's not about putting yourself above them and looking down on them and pushing them into the floor and saying, you are worthless, I'm not listening to you. And then suddenly you're just going to magically not care about what they say. Never works. It's not about that. It's about accepting everyone as they are in their own stage of life. They needed that hate comment more than you do. You can accept people as they are. Just imagine they're your best friend or your dad or your uncle hating on people online, and then you can imagine them and go, you know what, I forgive them, whatever, I don't care. It's just a comment, whatever. Leave them to do what they want to do. It's a free world. I'm just going to ignore them, okay? That's more likely to not affect you, is to learn that everyone in their own self is doing them, okay? You do you. I do me how you do you do you. You're going to comment on whoever anyways. I'm just part of the bait, right? They're going to comment on loads of other people after me. It's not personal. You can ask yourself again, is it something I can learn from? Is it good advice that they're giving me? Or am I just being defensive and it's not that bad? And then number 2 is nothing will appear. Nothing will prepare you for showing up online. You just have to do it. Usually through exposure therapy, my favorite one. So regulating yourself, dipping your feet in the deep end, slowly, doing something uncomfortable where you show up in real life and online every single day. For me, I started going to the gym with no makeup on, for example, because that was me showing my true authentic self to the world that I was hiding for so long. That was a bit of exposure therapy for me. And then it became easier to show up online because if people have seen me in real life like this, then I'm pretty sure online people can see me like this, right? All dolled up with my hair done and everything. And number 3 is to ask yourself, what's more important? Me living a small little quiet modest life without all the money in the world, or my dream life? What do I want more, to escape the world or to achieve my dream life? That will answer your question every single day that you doubt yourself, ever. And then also ask yourself, if I was old and wrinkly and I'd lived a small little private life with, you know, a small little piece of land and I was away from the world, would I be truly satisfied than going after my goals? Those 3 things should get you through it as long as you actually do them and don't run away from them, and you actually put it on your to-do list and what I like to call be a responsible adult and just actually do them, okay? So if you have any other questions, comment them down below. But other than that, I hope you have a lovely day and this video helped you lots and lots. I'll see you in another one. Bye!